Welcome to my channel S.T.A.R.S, where I go through hypothetical and practical scenarios with different unit compositions. So today I'm going to show you Imperial Arquebusier and Stalwart combo, the pros and cons, the position, the training, and discipline needed to hold positions down so that we can have an effect. Now, the best part about this unit is the damage output and also the fact that we're going to give them cover. The two things that work synergist, basically they have perfect synergy. The cons are the rats and the flanks, and how inflexible this squad is. Now, the first thing you want to do when you get into battlefield is, or into a battlefield is you want to go to a gate and with the shielded unit like this, which is the name of the combo today. The reason we do this is probably undoubtedly in everybody's mind the best position they could ever be in. Narrow choke point, one way to come in, and it's locked down, meaning everything they do will have a profound effect on everything else. Now, we're gonna go with the more Carolean strat, depending on how you want to call it, or a tactic, and basically what they did back then was that many Arquebusier units used to shoot like, I don't know, just way too far away from hitting their targets. Most of them were missing and most of them never had an effect. So what they did with their smaller numbers is they essentially get closer to the enemy to the point where they can distinguish their facial features and then they fire. That's when they know they're in range. They're more accurate, stronger volleys, higher casualty rate on the other end, which is why that strategy exists in real life for a reason. So here we are, we're going to do a bit of it. We're going to push up and take ground and just fire at, basically get as close as possible without putting as much danger between us. Because, like I said, Arquebusier is hard to take care of. Now, the positions you want. This is a position you want. Always. Make sure they cannot get a flank around. Make sure you block off every corner. And with this, now the other team is stuck. They don't know what to do. They're at that point of, should we go in or not? And to the point where now they need to go in. And this is the trap that we want them in. At first, they're going to break the line, which is going to be a big problem as a shield unit. Figure out every possible way to cover your man. And make sure you give them the information as needed as possible. And watch out for the rats. As you can tell, this rat here tried to get around. Had to make him go the other way. And yeah, this is probably one of the more difficult parts, is that the gunner has to be so incredibly intelligent on how they move, and the shield has to be really good position-wise, or this will never work out. And with that, we got Imperial spear guards, and we got berserkers. A fair trade if you ask me, and boom, look at that, a rat, always there. Now, I'm going to show you another secret formation. We call it the gun house. I think you might have seen this on my other video, but essentially my buddy's going to abuse that space on the left, and then we're going to go ahead and cover him on the right. Now, here's the really incredibly hard part, is keeping the Arquebusiers alive. Most of the time, most of your shields are alive, but your Arquebusiers. So my way to remedy this is bring a shield squad with it at all times. Don't come with it alone. Ever. If you do it alone, you're racking up the body count for your team, and they're also terrible on high walls, which I'll show you later. Now, as you can tell, look how good the effect is. They're perfectly covered at an angle they're close to, and they're getting their entire volley off. And we're giving them the cover that they need to do their job. That's the most important part, is that the Arquebusiers get their damage off. It's more important if you're gonna basically bring this style in. They're gonna do most of the work. Boom, look at that, another rat. They always show up in every single one of these games we played. There's always a rat that'll come. That's why, word of advice, stay with your Arquebusier units, don't abandon them. And take Winded, very good way to counter basic rats like that. Now, the next part of this video, which is this, is the flanks. The flanks. You have no idea how many times I see these guys get rolled because all we can do is see forward. You know, all we do is see forward and we tunnel vision. And this is one of those tunnel vision moments. Right now, I'm going through this part where I'm just like, I think we're good. Let's push up, give my buddy the signal. I set up, and we're all fine. Now, this is how you know you're gonna get flanked. Everything's going easy. We get in, and someone has to make a counterplay on the other team. Luckily, I had spotted that and realized it was coming, so I told my buddy to move his units immediately. And bam, that's what we call a perfect combination. Yep, you just moved in like a swan, he goes down, I moved up, cavalry's countered, and boom, just completely annihilates that little flank. That's why I tell you, you want to be very aware when you're doing this style. You need to have somebody with you. This is a play only an extra person can do. And let me give you another example of another rat. Look at this, all safe and my buddy's forward, and look at that, another rat. And see, that's why my buddy was up there. He should be back here to protect it, but I'm just showing you an example of what happens when you leave them alone. Now, so for this part, this is the part where I'm pretty sure this is gonna upset some people, but don't bring them up high walls or upstairs or up ladders. You want a flat situation, a flat ground. And you can say, well, you got the flat ground now. Yeah, it's because I found my movement, but you're about to see why it's gonna fall short. Just check it out. I'm getting my volleys off, and to most gunners, this is acceptable. But for real, this is unacceptable. We are not getting the amount that we need, and right now we're taking massive casualties, and my gunners are not even staying up. This is why I tell you don't bring them up. They usually, most defenders always have the high ground, and it's something the gunners have always utilized a lot better as a defender. That's why you don't bring arquebusiers or basically rangers to assaults, because this is how bad they can fall short. You're already getting out position, like map advantage wise, you already don't have map advantage. You're gonna die really quick because these aren't really tanky units, and look how much my unit has whittled down. There's almost nothing left, and it's hard to take any more position because of it. And you see that? Just look how easily they get taken down by everything. Easy. Now, I'm gonna also show you what it's like when we try it again, and we're gonna have the same problem as usual. Except we're gonna go to a different spot. I kind of messed up here, but also here's another note of advice. Make sure your shielded units are set up first before you send your arquebusier units in. Don't go ahead of them. You're not rallying right. You need to stay with the unit you're gonna be with. And as you can tell, this position did not end up too well, but this is showing you how bad it is going up here. That's why you never bring arquebusiers up here. Ever. They just don't do anything, and they're completely getting outclassed because look at that. They're everywhere. Now, this is the situation you want them in once again. Like I said, if you're going to bring arquebusiers, the first strategy you want to do is a gauge strategy. This is where they're more effective. And as you can see, the flat ground, it's just so much better. Just so much better. That perfect unit formation, just like that. That's exactly what we want, and look at the casualty rate. Granted, they're just serfs, so we're not really worried about it that much, and we're not going to pat ourselves on the back yet because serfs are really nothing, and those are just the preliminaries an arquebusier should get. But keep in mind, you see how I'm not going to get the serf kills mixed up with I'm going to be doing good just because I got 50 off the bat and a kill? Yeah, I can't do that because it's not going to be fair to the shield man. They're doing a lot of the fucking work. They're essentially going to be able to, they're basically the reason why I can even do this. Why this is possible. And with that, this area is cleared out so we can move to another area. Now, our favorite part. This is probably my most hated arquebusier angle. So many people are caught doing this. And let me tell you something, it is a useless formation style and positionally here. Not only are they not hitting much, but they're hitting the sides of it, and this is exactly what we don't want. This is how you know they're at their weakest. So if you're doing this and patting yourself on the back for getting kills like this, chances are you could have been doing way better and you're causing the detriment of others. This is the position you want. Like here. And then get your volleys off. This is what we call a clear opening. So many heroes are walking in the middle. Remember what I told you about that awkward point in the middle? This is where we're going to abuse them. And now they're going to decide, what are we going to do? We're going to keep pushing or we're going to fall back? And their answer is fall back. And I don't blame them either. They're at the arquebusier's most deadliest range. And pop, that guy's gone away. Immediately, I survived a little bit. Just because I needed that cannon dead, because I think my arc pursuers would die if that thing was still there. So with that, I think our job here is pretty much done, and I don't think they're going to enter from here as much. So, and with that, we're about to run out of ammo, so we're going to basically do our retreat here in a minute. And here we go. I'm going to show you what it's like when you're completely outmatched and you just don't have enough melee units in the front to even support a unit like this. So we're going to block off this side, major choke point, probably one of our biggest vantage points, but look at that. Once it's been busted, you can expect an apocalyptic level of kind of danger to appear to your unit, because after that broke, look at that. All arc pursuer is dead. This is how situations mostly are when you can't hold it down. Death. Alright, and here we go. Another gauge strategy. Like I said, this is what they're really good at doing in sieges because of the limited, basically the limited work of whatever you can do. You know, it's just the nature of the game. It's a siege, and this time we are defending, so we do have that advantage. And as you can see, you always want to stop these first. If there's anything arc pursuers can do is stop these. They stop it better than anybody else, and they can do it like nobody else. I've seen people rush out to this and take full berserker squads, but the point of this is to give, you know, basically give a punch and, you know, hit and don't get hit. That's what we really want. And if we do get hit, we have the stalwarts in front to block us off from any kind of danger, but it won't stop rats. And as you can see, my buddy got taken, so I gotta go fetch him. Gotta love mauls in the new class, and I'm gonna be fair with you. I feel if I wasn't a tank class, I feel more of these new hero classes would get me, but I just feel it never really gets there as much. And do that famous butt slide back. But like I said, you want to keep it like this. This is where your best position is. Super controlled, nothing they could do. Except watch you, shoot them, and them being able to do nothing. Alright, and here we are. I'm going to also show you again why this is a very hard formation to keep. The rats. These are always the main death of your arc pursuer units. It's always one person trading a bunch. This is why I tell you guys, get multiple. It's not enough to kill one unit on your own. You need to kill like 2 times as much just to cover the stalwart units. That's only just covering their cost, meaning you broke even. You need to get 3 times the squad with this. If you do not, you're either going to break even or you lose a whole squad for nothing. And now, this is a small little tip and trick to give you guys. This is a feigned retreat. Most arc pursuers will run away the minute danger gets bad. I'm going to show you how to do this lining up with the shield unit. So, first thing you want to do is get the shields up front and you ask your gunners to move backwards. Once they're at a safe position, they will shoot again and your guys will be able to fall back at the same time they are shooting. So we're going to break some distance here and we're going to start our feigned retreat. So first we're going to line up normal position. We're going to shields up. Arc pursuers are going to go backwards and they're going to fire back at the same time. I know you can't see it, but they've been shooting for a minute there. So we're going to shield up and bam, it disengages them because they know that they can't get through it fast enough and the arc pursuer fire is so dangerous. And that's the feigned retreat. Now, I'm going to show you a feigned retreat again, except I'm going to show us baiting somebody. Now this is what I mean about how much a rat will commit to destroying arc pursuers because it takes so little. I assume this chain and dart hero is going to try and just throw a bunch of, you know, throwing knives to kill them all. So we're going to bait them. We're going to do a feigned retreat. We're gonna pretend that we're like, oh no, big danger, we should run away. And they're gonna immediately feel like they've got power. Just to even dive on a unit like this, but same thing. We regroup with our unit, and bam, gone. The point of the Feigned Retreat is to move people out of position. You know, basically make them move around everywhere instead of giving them the battle that they wanted at that spot. And that's the point, is to make them overextend. Now, with this, we're right now, but at this point of the game, right now we're thinking, we're not going to break that. We don't have enough people, so we're thinking about another plan, and we're thinking, we'll try the one way that nobody seems to go through. And we're basically going to go around down here. Now, people are going to say, well, why not go through the middle? Too many bad ways this can end out, and there's too many ways that we can't get out. And see, this guy had the same idea. But as usual, we're going to push in. Shields first, Arquebusier second, and just keep marching them out slowly. Kind of like my Imperial and Stalwart style, you want to proceed inch by inch. You don't want to take big steps, just inch by inch. That's how these pitch battles work. You take them inch by inch till they got nothing. And let me give a shout out to this guy with the Marillions here. This guy did such a good job. He did so good that, honestly, I couldn't have really asked for any better. You know, he kept his formation, he kept his discipline, and he did the right moves at the right time. But this is the formation I want to show you guys. This is what we call the Heap of Murder. A formation, of course it's with different units, but this is how it works. A squared off formation with all your necessaries right in the middle. And this right here, I'm so happy I did not position here. I think I might have done that on accident, but I'm happy that I put it back, because if you look to the left, oh yeah, they show up like they're the Grudge, man. I am not kidding you. This is how fast these formations fall. And look at that. Just like that, we did everything perfectly. We had the perfect switches in and out. We had that box style to block any kind of flank. And with that, that guy with the merms is going to go in and just thrash him up. Perfect. Just the way we wanted it. And that's what the Heap of Murder is. A box-style formation with your important counter units right inside the middle to get defended. So, now with this one, now we're just going to have some fun here. We're going to show you what all that work was for. Chip all that free unit down, because we just took 2 free units with us, meaning we've covered our costs, and we're about to just inflict more damage. Oh, the rats. It's always the rats. I don't know why it's always them. But they're always going to come for you. You have to understand that as a shield unit. And also as an arc. So if you guys are going to do this combo together, the shield guy that's running the front and the Arquebusiers need to stay in their position. Stay there. Don't try and do extra. Let the units do their work. And let the rest of the team in the middle do it. Because look at this. Do you know how many people I've seen set up like this, run in the middle, and some guy gets behind and kills all of them? You don't want that. You don't want that at all. You want to always stick close to your units. You always want to stay close. You want to be helping them. You don't want to be abandoning them. So make sure you keep an eye on them all the time. Don't let the middle zone you out. Just make sure you're doing the job that you're doing. And with that, we're going to capture this point. It's going to be nothing. And yeah, as we can tell, another rat's going to go by, but it's a little late. It's just not going to work. And we're going to basically lock this position down. And with that, we get a victory. Easy peasy. And I even got an S ranking, surprisingly. So, in conclusion, you need good training and good discipline for this to work. If you don't add those in, this is the most pointless build for any casual person to do. So never do this build as a casual person ever. You're just going to increase the body count with cover that's not even dedicated to you. So, and secondly, watch out for the rats. Stick close to your units. Don't get intertwined with the mixed battles when you're doing this strategy, or they will die. And that is all for today. That is my Imperial and Stalwart combo. Like and subscribe on my channel if you like my content, and I will come back with more later.